Hello, everyone. I'm Dan.
And I'm Riley.
And welcome to the next episode of That One Podcast.
This week, we were happy to be joined by David and Shannon from DMT Capital. And for those who don't know, that is the company behind the purchase of the Tie-On and all the renovations that are happening at the Tie-On. So we get an update about what's been going on recently, and you'll see that they just painted the outside. But we also talk about what other projects DMT Capital is involved in throughout the area. They have some apartments in Elwood, and then obviously the apartments that are going above the Tie-On. So just a great conversation with a company that's looking to really invest in downtown Tipton and the region. So it's a great conversation.
All right, let's get into the next episode.
All right, welcome on to That One Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll go ahead and start with just some quick introductions. If you want to introduce yourself and say what role you have in the Tie-On and DMT Capital.
Yeah, my name is David Turk. The owners of DMT Capital are myself, my wife Rachel, and then brothers Tyler and Miles Hyatt, who are friends and business partners.
Awesome.
I'm Shannon Netherton. They brought me on just over a year ago as their operations manager. So if you ask David, I'm the doer of all things.
Nice.
That's right.
It's a good title to have. Good person to support you.
Absolutely.
So we're talking today about the Tie-On, but we're also going to expand into other projects that DMT Capital is doing, which people listening might not know that you are more than just the Tie-On behind the scenes. You have apartments and other projects in the area. But we'll start with the Tie-On first because people love to talk about it. Every time you guys share a post, it gets hundreds of likes and comments and everything. So people are ready to hear an update about the Tie-On. So let's go back to the very beginning and what made you decide to buy the Tie-On and take on this project?
Yeah, so we need to take one step back. For the DMT Capital is about 3 years old. Okay. We started buying some rental houses up in Elwood. And we bought enough and wanted to go into business with each other, Rachel and I and Tyler and Miles. Mm-hmm. So we merged our rental house portfolio, and then we started buying some of these superstructures in some of these smaller markets, Elwood and Tipton. And Miles just sent it to us one night off of LoopNet, and it had zoned apartments above it that hadn't been occupied since the 70s. And it happened to come with a 3-way liquor license. So our specialty is multifamily development and commercial.
Yeah.
But, we're, 35, 36-year-old entrepreneurs and came with a 3-way liquor license. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So when you first walked through it, what was the condition? And not necessarily like bashing the previous owners, because it is a beloved
we love
place.
Dick. He's been great.
Yeah. So what was it like, and kind of when you did that walk through, and what was your vision for it way back then?
Well, we knew it would be a full gut. There were things that we wanted to try to preserve initially that we got some backlash for. There were some CD changers and the dogs on playing poker.
Yeah.
If you were to see what we had to do to the property, I think everyone would understand that was an impossibility.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, some of the things, a lot of the things about the Tie-On have been removed because we basically got to the building after we purchased it, and we went to inspect it a little more thoroughly, and we pushed the back wall over. So it was ready for some love. So we've gotten everything shored up. As you guys can see, we've painted the property now.
Yes.
Got the new roof on, and all the siding's up, and the new doorway. We've moved the door from the Jefferson Street side to the alley.
Yeah.
So the bar is going to be reoriented in every way, and we've added a cigar lounge as well.
Nice.
That's part of the concept. So yeah, it's going to be a brand new thing.
Awesome. Before we get into more about what's new coming to the Tie-On, let's talk about the apartments upstairs. I know we were talking before this about they are going to be starting for pre-lease and hopefully start leasing within the next few months. Do you want to share a little more about that?
Yeah. So drywall should be going in soon. Once the drywall's in, we're pretty much a go for pre-lease. So within the next month, we'll start advertising for pre-leasing.
Nice.
We have 10 total units. We've got 4 studios, 2 2-beds, and then the rest are 1-beds. Do
And
math.
yeah. Well, and what's the what's going to make these apartments special? Obviously the location is great. You're going to be downtown, the Jefferson Street view. You're going to have a view of the courthouse. What makes these apartments so impressive, or what's the draw there?
Our buy box starts with location, and obviously it's incredibly well located.
Yeah.
It's the layouts are great, and we are bringing a luxury product. We have very nice finishes.
All luxury.
We take a lot of pride in our maintenance as well.
Yeah.
But they're all luxury units to the market.
We'll have our espresso soft close cabinets, luxury vinyl plank flooring throughout, vaulted tall. We've got.
They're
20
huge.
foot
Yeah.
tall ceilings
huge.
in
They're
most
awesome.
of the units.
Yeah. That's
And
nice.
then granite tops.
Nice.
And all stainless steel appliances.
So really nice apartments.
Very nice.
It's not going to be, old apartments above the square.
And they're not,
really took time.
they're not just your bottom dollar
nice.
cabinet packages.
We took a risk. When we renovated the Call Leader print shop in Elwood, we bought that, and that was a heck of a renovation.
Yeah.
And our bet was there's a need for a nicer product here, and that we're fully leased up immediately, and the rents are exactly what we wanted. Nice. And Tipton's a stronger market. And
yeah.
So we're super excited.
Is that the 317 Lofts?
That's right.
Yes,
yeah.
Perfect. I've seen it on Facebook. Yep. So yeah, if you're same kind of style and look and feel for these apartments.
These are a little fresher.
Fresher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just more of a color decisions we've made as we've gone. We love the Call Leader apartments, but
just different space too.
Right.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. So if people are curious about, the quality of work, they could check out some photos from those. I know you've been posting about those for a little bit, right?
Yeah, we have the 317 lofts, and then we just leased up. We took the old Salvation Army building off of B Street in Elwood, and we totally gutted that and converted that into 4 2-bed 1-baths, and that's fully leased at asking rent, and they're all very happy. And another project done, and
awesome.
This is next in our crosshairs.
Yeah,
I would say to the viewers that if they wanted to get a better feel of what the Tipton apartments will be like, to look at the B flats photos from 1349 South B Street.
Awesome. And so we are bringing something that is much needed to Tipton, not another bar. Obviously, you're bringing the bar back, but housing is something that Tipton is hurting for.
Yes.
And you're filling a need with, what did you say, 12 units?
10 units
10
here.
units, yeah.
We are bringing an additional 4. We purchased 119 East Jefferson about a year ago.
West Jefferson.
West Jefferson, sorry.
Yeah.
That's east, that's west?
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
West Jefferson. And we'll be putting 4 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartments into that building.
Wow.
That's already been approved. The variance is there. We just need to finish the tie-on first.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Got a lot of projects going on.
We do.
Absolutely. And for those who are like, where is that at? That's the 2-story building that's not connected to the side street mall, but shares that
Very
parking
close.
lot there.
Yep.
Awesome.
Behind, what is the...
Hortons,
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. So let's talk about what's new coming to the tie-on. We talked. You mentioned some of the things that had to go just because of the condition, but obviously the cigar bar lounge is coming. But what else is coming to? What should people expect from the tie-on whenever it opens?
Great things.
So I don't know where to start really, but we've had to reorient everything in there. We're going to allow family dining in the restaurant. Within reason, certain nights it'll become a bar, but but because of that, the distance between where the bar was and where we would have to have that separation railing, it interfered with that common hallway down to the restrooms in the back kitchen.
Gotcha.
And also the cigar lounge. So we've actually reoriented the entire bar to the front. So when everyone's looking at it from the street, all that cardboard there, we're going to have 2 roll-up garage doors that we're going to be able to open on nice days.
Nice.
Or listen to a concert across the street perhaps.
Yeah.
And that will be where the bar is with the adult seating. The rest of the bar, back to the kitchen and the restrooms, will be the family area.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of our hometown. I grew up in Noblesville too. Like Sid's has it arranged.
It's actually very similar to Sid's.
Nice.
And what a lot of people are going to notice right when they walk in, through the new entrance, through our patio seating, because we're going to provide patio seating along the sidewalk there.
Yeah.
You'll enter along the side, you'll walk in, vaulted ceilings. And that's one of the renovations they did out at Sid's. They took advantage of that, and we did the same thing.
Nice. So what is it going to look like, and how is it going to work? If somebody, just a thought of, do I want to rent an apartment above a bar? What would you say to those people? Is going to be pretty well insulated and, soundproof and all of that?
Yeah. So we've gone up with the insulation. The cigar lounge will have its own encapsulated insulation that will push it out and clean the airs. They're scrubbers. We don't anticipate any trouble with any kind of cross. We do have 1 2-bedroom directly above the cigar.
So and obviously we'll market it as such and say, hey, look, we're putting all the vapor barrier and we're doing our best, but it might smell like cigars once in a while.
But you're going to be upfront, and if
that's right.
if they're coming into it, they'll know
that's right.
of that before.
Absolutely.
Agree.
And then as far as the noise for the other apartments, because let's see, there are 3 other apartments above the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you call the efficiency the front. Yeah. There are 3 others, but we will have soundboarding up there as well.
Nice.
And we're not going to be bumping. Usually it'll be a fun place, but we're not going to try to.
Not going to have live concerts every single day.
That's right. Though we are definitely exploring live music.
Nice.
How exactly we do that and what times of year and where we're still working out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome. So, the apartments, you own more than just that part of the that part of the building than just the tie-on. Correct.
Yeah. So what the purchase came with was 3 parcels. It's 126, 128, and 130 Jefferson. The 126 is the tie-on. So for everyone's reference, that's the black building.
Yep.
And everyone knows where it was. But the next building over, Vance, the attorney, had 2 of those buildings.
Okay.
There are 2 addresses there. The green building is appropriate because we've just signed a lease and we're moving in Hacuate, which is a taqueria.
Nice.
So they have locations in Noblesville and elsewhere, but they're proven restaurateurs. We're very excited to have them as tenants and neighbors. So they're all signed up. They're ready to go, and we're working on their build out right now.
Nice.
So, and then next to that, moving down the line is 130 at the Call Leader in Elwood. We have some commercial space below. We're converting into a cafe, hopefully open in November, December.
Cool.
That will be called the Call Leader Cafe. We're going to drag and drop the same kind of concept over here to Tipton. And we've named that coffee shop Glazed and Confused. Nice. So we're definitely entrepreneurs. We're definitely risk takers, and we see some gaps in the market, and we think we can fill them. So
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So out of all the places that you could invest, what was appealing to the Elwood Tipton area for you guys?
The proximity, a lot of things really. Yeah. We saw gaps in the market for what we wanted to bring, the luxury units.
Yeah.
It's very hard to compete in Hamilton County. The rents there are crazy.
Yep.
And a lot of our tenants that we get are commuting to and from either Hamilton County or Indianapolis. And while our rents, I would say, are definitely a premium for these markets, they're way below what you're seeing down there in Westfield, Carmel, Noblesville, Fishers. I mean, so we have a competitive advantage. And, with the age of the internet, people can, do a little bit more work from home as well. So we're seeing retirees and remote workers and a lot of people that are from these communities that want to live here, and so we're giving them a nicer option to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I guess probably people, we've gotten 15 minutes into this now, and they're probably dying to know what's the new expected timeline for the tie-on, if we can say or have a general idea.
We're shooting for a late spring.
Okay,
so awesome. April. I think that's a realistic shot. Construction is construction, and things happen. But we're hoping to be open when it starts feeling good outside.
Yeah. That'll be perfect time for it.
Yes.
Roll it out once.
Why
the weather
open in February?
Yeah, for real. You can actually open the garage doors and have people outside. It'll be perfect timing for that. There has been people like, oh, it's taken so long. Can you talk about just what you experienced and why it has taken so long? Because construction is construction, and you've often
we literally pushed the back wall of the building down.
We've also added to the building. If you look back there, it's a perfect square now. We've added square footage for the apartments and the vaulted ceilings for the restaurants beside the tie-on. But yeah, the building was in really bad shape. Yeah. So it took more than we thought. But we're there now, and we're doing the finish out. So the answer is unforeseen construction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is fair, but especially working in old buildings. But it is nice that there is kind of a wave that's happening in downtown Tipton where this revitalization is happening, and you guys play a big part in that. And, talk about that and the benefits of not just your guys' building, but other buildings happening.
Absolutely. So we got the building under contract, and all of a sudden this nice little green area popped up across from us, and we were like, what's that? And it's the amphitheater. And well, how nice is that? Well, that's the city's doing. But then all of a sudden our neighbors to the east updated their facade. And then we see apartment renovations being done to the west and above that building. And also with the fellow restaurateurs in town, they've been more than welcoming. We've been very happy with that. Abby Ripberger has been incredibly kind.
She's fantastic. Everybody's been fantastic.
It's definitely Mindy's been great at the Mad Tap, and it's definitely hey, we're all in this together, rising tide, all ships. We're very excited about Dora. So I think there's going to be a lot of collaboration with that and bar crawls and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome. Yeah. You guys are in the perfect spot for it. So. And kind of tying into that too, just the community behind it. Obviously, you've been closed the past couple of years for the Pork Festival, but you've found a creative way to get people engaged and really start talking with the community about plans. I know you've shared plans and stuff during. You've had. I'm drawing a blank. Beer garden. Yes. Can you talk about why you did that and your goals for that? Obviously, you were closed, but still finding a unique way is cool.
Yeah, I mean, for one, it's just staying relevant with the community and being part of the community. Yeah. And something that we could offer them while our doors were closed was the beer garden. So,
yeah. Have you heard a lot? You mentioned a couple names about other restaurants and bars and stuff providing a bunch of support. What has the support from the public been over the past 2 years since you bought it?
Great. I think that everyone's been a couple of people aren't happy that we had to change it, and we understand that. But it's been overwhelmingly supportive, and we do appreciate the patience.
We do.
Because the plan wasn't to be this long. Yeah. But again, you run into what you run into. But we're very excited to open it, and we think that we're going to be warmly received.
Nice.
Yeah. And we do know that everyone loves the beef Manhattans. So what we're going to try to do with our menu is have some specials that we bring in, and Dick was kind enough to share many of his recipes with us.
That's awesome.
We have those, and we will be sharing those with the community once more.
Yeah, so on the food topic, you don't have to announce a full menu or anything, but what type of food? Is it going to be mostly bar food, or are you going to try and lean into the restaurant side of it?
We're definitely leaning in. Yeah. So while you're going to be able to get your bar fare and your basic, Americana, I mean, we want Tipton to be able to order like a nice steak. Yeah. And if someone wants to spend some money and actually eat a good piece of, red meat, then we want to be that place. Nice. So salads.
Don't forget about the salads.
Yeah. So you're going to be able to get some greens. Yeah. And we'll have specials and maybe a fish, a fresh fish on the menu. And we're not trying to be, Anthony's Chop House. Right? But we're definitely hoping to push it up a notch.
Nice. That's awesome. So looking ahead, we've mentioned several projects for DMT. Is there anything else on the horizon for you guys? In Tipton, outside of Tipton?
We have a number of things that I can't talk to you about.
Yeah.
in multiple markets.
Yes. But safe to say you are committed to helping grow Tipton.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tipton's a market that we want to grow in. Yeah. And just want to say the local government's been fantastic to work with. We do appreciate their partnership, and this is definitely a market that we want to continue to grow in for sure.
That's awesome. It's not, there's the fear, I think, that's been communicated over the years of growth in Tipton. Well, you're going to have outside investors come in, redo it, and then leave town. I'm assuming that's not.
We're local owners. Yeah. I won't say his name, but one of our owners was born in Tipton. We all grew up in Noblesville. Yeah. Tyler lives in Elwood. There, I know where Tyler lives.
Yeah, you can give his address. If you have issues with the tie-on, go to Tyler's house.
So no, we're local. We're Snowball. We're young. We want to grow a portfolio, and then we just want to keep growing.
Yeah. What's some quick hits here? What's your favorite small business or place to grab a bite to Tipton aside from the tie-on? What's your go-to place when you're in town?
You're gonna make me go on record saying the greenhouse.
I don't know if they heard that though. You got to speak up.
I personally enjoy lunch at the greenhouse.
Nice.
But
my default's the Shack.
Yeah.
Their Brussels sprouts are awesome.
And I've got
going to the Shack for Brussels sprouts.
They're fabulous.
Yeah. What's been, it has been a long process, but what's been the most rewarding part of the process so far?
I think we didn't really know what we bought. Again, we're real estate developers. We were going for the apartments above. It happened to come with the business, which is excellent. We're very excited for it. But the immediate feedback, Dick had a cult following.
Yeah.
People know the tie-on. So we're super excited, and we understand there's a bit of a responsibility that comes with that. And there's a reason we kept the name. Yeah. So we want to honor the past and accelerate it. But we have almost 1,300 people following us on Facebook. I think the population of Tipton is 6,000. Yeah. So, it's been very impressive, the feedback and the following, and we really do appreciate it.
Yeah. When the tie-on reopens, what's going to be your first drink, your celebratory drink? Do you have a special drink? Are you going to do anything like that? Or
we actually just met with a head bartender today. We were actually talking about that. You go ahead, Shannon. What's your first drink of the tie-on?
It's going to be a bourbon.
Yeah.
Some nice bourbons?
Some nice bourbon.
Yeah.
I'm actually, my wife Rachel and I were Belvedere martini with a couple blue cheese stuffed olives.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Hand stuffed, obviously.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to get a good cocktail there. Nice. And to that, so yes, we're going to have the cigar lounge above. That'll be adults only, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll have a humidor. You'll be able to select your cigar. We're going to have a second bar up in that
nice. So
second floor. Right, so you have to keep running back and forth. Yeah. So, and we'll figure out what the market demands, but we're imagining a Thursday and weekends kind of staffing up there.
Okay.
And again, it depends on who wants to do it when.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to do your cigars there, and then our goal, and don't hold us to it, we're getting into it right now, is to have 20 beers on tap.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a giant kegerator area in the back and run it all the way to the front.
Nice.
So you should be able to select.
Pretty good selection then.
Very good selection. And then we do want to have some higher end bourbons available in the cigar lounge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a nice little spot to go to. It is something that I don't know if there's a cigar lounge or a nice bourbon lounge in Tipton.
I would say no.
Yeah. Nope. Nothing against the other bars by any means, but it's just
it's
trying to fill
definitely
a different niche
that we're filling.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And we hope it works.
Yeah.
I think you'll get people there.
We've gotten some good feedback.
Yeah.
People are excited.
That's awesome. So anything else you want to share about upcoming projects, the tie-on, the apartments,
I think
wrap things up.
Again, I think the first that we're going to be able to actually finish will be the apartments. Mm-hmm. So definitely want everyone to do that. If we could send you some photos of
absolutely
what we show the finishes are, we'd love to show everybody and start pre-leasing because we did quite a bit of that in Elwood for the Call Leader project.
Very successfully.
Yeah.
So where should people reach out, follow your Facebook, give a plug there so that when the time does come for pre-leasing that people can start reaching out?
Definitely Facebook.
Yeah.
DMT Capital is Facebook.
Capital.
Awesome.
And the Tie-On Lounge.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, and we'll tag both in the post for this, obviously. So make sure you're following them for updates on pre-leasing and everything. Definitely. But anything else before we wrap up?
Oh, we appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
I think everybody's excited and
we're excited.
Looking for housing options, but also, the classic of the tie-on. So appreciate both of you coming in and sharing an update, and we'll hopefully get to do some content with you around opening
Absolutely.
in the spring.
We'll do it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.